everyone, this is Tara from Homemade Happiness. I wanted to make a quick video today to show you this book. I posted it on my blog a while ago and I had a few questions about it, so I thought I'd do a quick tutorial because I'm currently working on a new one for a different purpose, which I'll talk about in a second. But this one I made to hold cards, and the front and back covers were just made out of old cereal boxes that I used as chipboard and covered, and I binded it with my plastic comb binding machine, which you could certainly do this with rings or a bind it all. On the inside for the pages, I used file folders to make these pages, so the book is actually really sturdy, which is great. And that's what I'm going to show you today, is how to fold one of these pages in order to get this pocket. In this book, all I did was print off these for the computer. Each month has just lines under it to write special dates like birthdays, anniversaries, that sort of thing. And then the pocket, you're able to put cards in for that occasion. So I did one page for each month. I'll just flip through really quick so you can get a look at it. I can't remember, but either these papers that I used are from Die Cuts with a View or Me and My Big Ideas. I can't remember which paper pad that I used at the time. And I used patterned paper on the top, and I used cardstock on the bottom for each one, just because once you get the card in here, you're not going to see a lot of this anyways, but this part definitely you weren't going to see a lot of. It was almost just a frame for my monthly lined paper. So the papers were really bright. I loved it. Okay. So that's that book. Now the one I'm working on currently is going to be the exact same layout, but I'm making it for my trip that I'm having to Ontario at the end of the month. And I wanted to make something like this to take with me with the pockets in it, because I know we're going to get a lot of ticket stubs and brochures and things like that that I want to keep. And I may use later in a scrapbook, but I don't know. But I thought it would be really convenient while we were there to have something small and compact that I could just tuck everything in and not have to worry about where my papers are, if they're getting destroyed, am I going to be able to find them when we get home, that sort of thing. So I thought every night I'll just, you know, dump out our bags, stick all my stuff in here, and I'll be done with it. And then when I get home, this will be ready to either create a scrapbook, or I could even make a little mini album out of this book itself. So what I'm going to show you today is how to make the folded pages. So what you're going to want to start with is a legal size file folder, and I just picked mine up at a discount store around here. It was a huge box of them. Like, I want to say I got 500 in the box, I think, for $4. It was a really good deal. So don't necessarily run out to your office supply store and buy them. Look around, because you can get them cheaper, and I know they're quite expensive at office supply stores. Mine are actually really nice color. They're not that yellow color. They're actually white, which works out really good for me. Okay, so mine have this little doodad funny thing on the end that I want to get rid of right away, because I don't want to be messing with that when I'm trying to do my measurements and stuff. So I'm just going to take that off. Oops, it didn't cut perfectly there. Just give it a snip. So that's off. Now, what I want you to do is take your file folder and put it so that the folded side is going to be to your left. And you're going to want to measure from the bottom up 12 centimeters. Oh, I mean 12 inches. Sorry, that's the Canadian coming out of me. So 12 inches from the bottom up, and then you're going to cut off this excess piece. I know that you can do the measurements on a lot of these cutting tools. I always seem to mess that up somehow, so I do use my ruler and pencil to make my mark first. So if you can do it on your cutter, you go right ahead. And I will post all these measurements on my blog afterwards, so that if you miss something or you want to go back and just do it without watching the video again, they will be there. So right now you should have your file folder that has your fold again on the left. Oops, sorry, I'm a little out of the frame there. And you've just cut it down so that top to bottom is 12 inches. Now, from your fold over, I want you to measure 7. again, cut the excess off. Okay, now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. I want you to take your file folder and open it up, and you're going to draw a line 4 inches from the bottom. And this is going to be your fold line. I do mine on the outside because it's going to get covered in paper anyways, and you're never going to see that. Okay, and I want you to have it so that your file folder is opening to you. I just put my mark on the other side to use as a guide. And you're going to flip this up. You're going to find your guide mark that you just made. That's going to be your crease. And once I find it, oh my goodness, I'm so to the camera. Once you find your mark, then just line up the edge with your fingers. So I've lined up my edge, I have my mark, I know where my fold's going to be. I'm going to take my bone folder and just go straight across. And I'm going to do it a couple times because these file folders are really thick and I want it to have a nice, sharp, clean edge. Once you have that done, then you're actually going to fold it against itself. So the natural way that a book would close or your file folder would close, I want you to bend it backwards. So you're going to go like this and bend it against itself. Then the easiest way I find to get this all to lay flat, because it's going to want to fight with you, is hold all of your edges on this side, take your bone folder, and on the side that's got your fold, just give it a really good push down because you just want to flatten it against itself. Okay, now once you have that done, this side is all open. This is the side you're going to bind. This is going to be your outer edge, and here's your pocket. You can cover this with paper now. Another pointer is, I realized after I made one, that if I actually had have measured instead of 7 inches this way, if I had have done 6, so taken an inch off, then a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock or patterned paper would have very easily been able to wrap all the way around one of these pages, and you wouldn't have got the white edge or the beige edge, whatever color file folder you're using, sticking out. However, I really don't want this page and this page to look the exact same and have the same paper, so I am going to cut a piece down just to fit this and just to fit this, and then have the white edge and this, because that doesn't really bug me that much. And I think if you were using like a bright colored file folder that matched your papers, having that edge sticking out might look kind of neat anyways, so I'm not too worried about that. But if you would rather a nice clean wraparound look, cut this to be 6 centimeters, so just take an inch off this side, and then you'll be able to do that. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. When I complete my book for Ontario, I will have it posted on my blog, pictures of it. I may do a quick video, I'm not sure, but I will definitely leave a link to my blog so that the viewers on YouTube could go to my blog and see it as well. Thank you for watching today, and I hope that this all made sense and that you've learned something. Thank you.